Hi, I'm Dr. Danett, and welcome to Yoni Box. Well, I hope you've gotten to join us for the first 4 parts of this series, Sleeping with the Enemy. We've been covering some things that that I've found over the years to be helpful with improving the very, very, very important business of sleep. Sleep is so important. I mean, we know how we feel when we get a good night's sleep, and we know how we feel when we don't get a good night's sleep. And there's a lot that is known about sleep, and I believe that there's still so much that scientists and researchers are working to learn about what goes on during sleep. I always say to my patients that you want to make sure you're getting a good night's sleep for your health, but one of the things that happens is, during the day, our chi is focused on so many other things. If you've eaten a meal, digesting it, not that that can't happen, during sleep as well, but you're looking, your chi is going out to look, you're listening, you're doing all kinds of different things. When you're going to sleep, that still happens, but it's the time that your body really gets to rest. I liken it to, I would often give this example, it's like if you're working and you have a boss and they just keep dumping paperwork on your desk, more things for you to do, more things for you to do. And you're like, okay, but once they leave, then you can finally just sort out what are the priorities, what needs to stay, what needs to go, what to do with what, right? So that's how our bodies feel for sleep. It's like finally we're out of the way and they can get to handling some very important issues. But that happens best when we get a good quality sleep, and that's one of the things that I love about doing acupuncture is that people get a certain quality of rest that's very repairing and restorative for the body. So I really hope that you are taking these tips to heart. If I've mentioned things that you don't do or that you're sharing them, because it's super important. So our last tip I'm going to call, what were you thinking? It's a funny question. It depends on how it's being asked and who is asking it of you. But when I say what were you thinking, I'm referring to what were you thinking about when you were going to sleep. So let's say you do all of these things. You've got great bedroom feng shui. We'll review the tips. So you're going to sleep without the TV on. Great. You're on a wonderful mattress that is organic, that you're not allergic to. It's been freshly flipped, and it's just great, and it's supportive of you. You're going to sleep without underwear, so your yoni is getting to breathe. If any fellas are watching, that's great. I think it's great for y'all too. So, downstairs is getting to breathe, and your bedroom is set up for beautiful and perfect feng shui. Excellent. So our fifth tip is what were you thinking? Meaning, what were you going to sleep thinking about? Now, sometimes as we go to sleep, many of us, we're kind of replaying. We may be either thinking about what we're going to do tomorrow, or for many of us, we're replaying what we did wrong, what we should have said, what we could have said. Perhaps if there were things that were disharmonious from our day or something like that. But the late great Wayne Dyer, and other people I'm sure have said this, but I've listened to and read some of his work, and this is one of the things that he talks about is how you're going to sleep and what it is that you're thinking about as you're going to sleep. And our minds are really, really powerful, and so when you're going to sleep, what is it that you want to be programming yourself with? I mentioned in the first tip about not listening to the TV, but that's one source. But you are your body's source, right? I mean, we could get into spiritual things, but you are your body's source. What you're thinking, what you're saying affects your cells and your health. So if you're thinking disappointing thoughts or what you did wrong, that's not how you want to program yourself for, to go into that space for the next 6 to 8 hours or however long you're going to go to sleep. If you're going to do positive thinking, and it's a great thing, I think, to do positive thinking all day, and night. It's great to do positive thinking, but I think it's really important to take a positive attitude into your sleep. Sometimes it's hard if you're really upset. I've been there, crying yourself to sleep based off of what's going on. I get it. But I think it's better if you're able to program yourself with how you actually want to feel as you're going to sleep, because there is a certain level of it's not just vulnerability, I can't think of the word right now, but we are in a certain state where we are able to program ourselves. And I think given the current climate, intense climate, that it's really important to think about what is it that you want to be programming yourself with. I mentioned this in a talk that I was doing on 5 Ways to Brighter Days, which is really important to think about what you're programming yourself with. And I think going into sleep, either doing, 100 things that you feel, instead of counting sheep, which you could count sheep, you could count 100 things that you feel grateful for, or things that you feel good about, or whatever. But I think it's really important to take into your sleep a positive attitude. I think that will help mental health, which helps physical health. It makes your body less tense, and I think that when you can do it, I think it's something that's very worthwhile for your health. So some people are like, hey, I just fall out. Well, that's great, but if you're someone who doesn't just fall out and who is having trouble getting to sleep, these things may help you get to sleep. If not, there are herbs that I prescribe to people. There are acupuncture treatments. There's all kinds of things. You can even do a nice foot soak. Sometimes I recommend to people with some warm water and a few drops of lavender. You can soak your feet for about 10 minutes, pat them dry, and then you can even put a little lavender or any other relaxing essential oil on the bottom of your feet. You can also do like a chamomile foot soak. There's all kinds of different warm milk recipes. But I do think, that's all the things that can help you get to sleep, but I do think once you're laying down, as you're going to sleep, it is important to really think about how you want to be, how you want to think, and how you want to feel, and take it very seriously. So this concludes our series of Sleeping with the Enemy. I love getting to do this and to get to share this information, because I think, when your health is good, you feel good, you can do more, you can be on your purpose, and sleep is one of those things that we know about it, but it's still such a mystery, and I feel like because there's so much that we don't know about it, it has to be really treated with care and with consciousness and respect. So I hope that you enjoyed this series. I hope that you share it. I hope that you get to put some things in practice, and let me know if you implement any of this, if it works for you. So I'm Dr. Danett. If you have health concerns, questions, inquiries, would like to make an appointment, you can reach me at, my website is backtothemiddle.com. You can email me at drbean@backtothemiddle.com. And you can also check out yonibox.com, which has wonderful information on natural remedies and different takes on issues for women's health. So take excellent care. Have wonderful sleep. Love being a woman. See you soon.